today was day one of camp, but you guys have been skating together now for a little while. What's the familiarity with everybody, and how nice was it to kind of start to see a little bit more of the group form as the Kings start to officially cut down their roster a little bit?
I think today was great. Last couple of days we've been skating, and it's a relatively similar group, so that, like you said, the familiarity was kind of already there, but it's nice to be officially part of it. We went back to our original numbers in the American Hockey League. Guys are more present, if you will, because again, when we're still considered Group A, Group B, there's more longing for the potential Group A. There obviously is still the thought that you want to get called up, you want to get brought back, but you also know that right now the reality starts to set in a bit, and that's when you can start to really focus on your present, really focus on where you are at the time being. And I thought that happened. I think Marco, Hyder, and Schultz have been doing an excellent job of staying with us, staying on top of us, making sure we understand that we're the Ontario reign right now. And I thought today was a great first step.
What's your impressions of Marco, starting to get to know him a little bit better? I know he's not a new coach for a lot of guys. They've had familiarity, but you know, what have you seen him do that's maybe a little bit different? What's his style so far that you've seen?
I feel like he's extremely organized, which I love. Like, we've already had a few conversations about a few dates down the road, and I absolutely love that. Someone who's on top of things. Has a plan in place, so there's no questioning any of that stuff. Not that, again, this is not to say that Chris Hyt last year didn't have the same thing, but it's just different coming from a new voice. He's been, the other thing that you notice right away in talking with Marco is he's a very caring person, and I think especially in the American hockey, that's very key, that the players understand that the coach not only cares about winning and his own career, but he cares about the player. That's where some disconnect can sometimes go on when players are thinking no one's in their corner. And with a coach like Marco, who really cares about each and every one of us, it's present, and it's something that just adds to the overall experience as him as a coach.
You've been around this league for a while now. How do you feel like the talent level is on this roster? Maybe when you see at the beginning of the year, I know that last year the team felt like they had a lot of talent too, but when you look at some of the new pieces that have been added in, some new faces, where do you feel like the talent level of the roster is at?
I think talent level's high. Like, again, we don't have the full roster right yet, with obviously the Kings still having a few guys, which means we're only going to be getting even more talented players. So we're at a stage already where we've got a team that can compete, and I think adding a couple more guys from the Kings will just kind of push us over that top. But that's the thing about the American Hockey League. On any given day, your roster could be completely overhauled. We went one weekend last year with one forward playing defense along with 3 call-ups, and we only had 5 of us. To the next 2 weekends later, we had 8 D, we had too many. So it can change in the blink of an eye due to injuries, call-ups, things beyond our control. So it's hard not to look into the future. You want to kind of see the type of team you can put together, but you have to worry about the team you have. The team we have right now is a good team. We can absolutely compete, and with the systems that we have in place, the better we play them, the better we're going to be as a group.
For you, why'd you make the decision to come back? What are some of the factors that went into that decision, and how excited are you for a new slate here, a new season?
I was excited at the opportunity to come back just because of my career. I've bounced around quite a bit. This is going to be my 3rd year with the same organization, which has only happened once before. The familiarity, as we talked about in the first question, is something that was very important for me. Like, I come in this season, the coaches and staff already knows exactly who I am as a person, who I am as a player. So we already have that. We already have that cohesiveness. They know what to expect from me. I know what to expect from them. I understand my role on and off the ice. And that just makes me more comfortable, and then my ability to grow is that much more. Now that the basis is down, my ability to grow as both a person and player is more. I'm more capable to do that. So I think that was the biggest thing, was just coming back, being part of the organization, feeling wanted. Because again, someone like myself, there's times you just want to feel relevant. You want to feel like you're wanted. This was an organization that expressed want, and that was something that I really enjoyed.
Last thing, this is a bit of a condensed camp. You only have a few days. You get 1 preseason game, and then all of a sudden next week you're going to be gearing up for the home opener already. So what are some of the things that you feel that the team needs to work on in these days to make sure they're ready to start the season and have a good start?
I think making sure that the things that, certain tenets that we're really trying to harp on, that's the key. Obviously you can start building on a few other things, but if we can really start coming together as a group in terms of understanding where each other are going to be. We need to be a predictable team. Like, obviously we've got a guy like Tynan who he's unpredictable because he's that good, but not everyone can play like Tynan. So if we can become more predictable as a group earlier on, like this week, starting coming in this upcoming weekend and then moving into the opening slate of games, that predictability can just make you play better within it, because then all of a sudden things start happening quicker. That's where the term pace really comes into play. A team that plays with pace is one that knows what's happening with each other, moving the puck fast, skating fast, because pace isn't just skating fast, because if that was the case, we've got Austin Wagner, who's fastest skater in the league. But playing with pace is playing as a group, moving in 5-man units, and understanding where each other are going to be. So the better we can do that earlier on, I think the more success we're going to have at the start of the year, because you can't win the season, you can't win the regular season in the opening month, but you can put yourself in a big hole.
Cameron, thanks very much for joining us, and we look forward to talking to you throughout the season.
Of course, anytime.